I'm going to do the future value of an annuity as the last portion of this time value of money series. This one is actually quite useful for retirement projections, saving for things. This is exactly as it sounds. It's instead of doing a one-time investment, you're going to do a regular series of investments, and you want to see how much it'll be worth. So you could, do it monthly, annually, whatever you want. You just have to make sure that the formula considers that the interest rate that you earn on them is in the same time period that you're using your savings. So if it's for monthly, you take the annual rate and divide by 12. Okay, and the real benefit to this is like I said, it helps you plan for retirement or any other type of savings that you're trying to do if you want to accumulate a certain amount of money at a certain period. So let's do an example. So let's suppose you save $100 per year. Okay, so not a lot of money, but you're going to save $100 per year for 5 years. And you are going to be earning 5% per year on this investment that you're making. And I'm also going to assume that this is going to be an ordinary annuity. So we're going to start the savings at the end of the year. Okay, so we're just going to do a calculation of the future value using a formula. And the one thing to keep in mind is, again, just like I mentioned before, there is compounded interest, so it's going to continue to grow. It won't just be the investment that'll earn money. The investment will earn money, and that money in turn will be reinvested and earn at the same rate. So if you just made 5 savings payments of $100 each, you'd end up with $500 at the end of 5 years if the return was 0. So this number has to be greater than 500. So the future value in this case is going to be the payment that we're making, which is $100, times 1 plus I to the n minus 1 over I. I, again, is the investment return. In this case, it's annual. N is the number of years, which is 5. And it's a much more straightforward formula than the present value of the annuity. Again, this you can also use the PV tables, just like with the present value, but I'm not going to go over the PV tables. I'll just use the formula because it's straightforward. So if we plug those numbers in, we have 100 times 1 plus 0.05 to the n, which is 5, minus 1 divided by 0.05. And that works out to 100 times a present value or a future value annuity factor of 5.5256. And that would mean you have $552.56 at the end of 5 years. And as we said before, it has to be greater than 500 because you're earning a positive return. So clearly that makes sense. So that's one way of calculating the future value of an annuity. Present value tables is another. Now, if it's an annuity due, it's exactly the same as the present value. You just take the same formula and you make a minor adjustment to it. So now in this case, it's going to be the payment times 1 plus I to the n minus 1 over I. So it's exactly the same so far, multiplied by 1 plus I. And then that will get you the factor for the future value of an annuity dues, which means you start the savings immediately.